rock and come in. Let them know I said them a fi rock and come in. Style. Do it, ya. It's your couple.
We have.
I'm played by the king for love is all I bring.
Charlene Harris will be joining us momentarily on the IG Live show. Hey, what up, Rhyme Scheme? Shout out to Rhyme Scheme right there. Hey, Rhyme Scheme, man, we're looking for you, man. Want to know if you want to perform next, what is that? Next Saturday at Industry Connects. One song. So if you can make it happen, man, Compton College, let us know if you want to make it happen. Rhyme Scheme, one song, Compton College. Call the office right now. If you want to hook that up, call the office. I'm going to DM you the number, call the office right now if you want to make it happen at Compton College next Saturday. Next Saturday, man. We've been looking for you, actually. So, hold tight. You don't hear anything? You guys don't hear any audio from me? No audio? Can you hear? Hold up here. You're not hearing anything from me. Check, 1 2. Check 1 2. Let me check this again. Let me check this. Hold up. You're not hearing me. Let me check and see. Can you hear the music? Okay, you guys should be able to hear me now. Check 1 2. You guys should be able to hear me right now. Sounds good. It's all good. Hey, if you didn't hear me, Rhyme Scheme, we're looking for you. If you want to perform at Compton College, we're looking for you. We let you do one song, and the single that we've been playing here on the show next Saturday afternoon. You want to make it happen? Call the radio show office. All right. If you're interested, Rhyme Scheme. If you're there, Rhyme Scheme, are you there? Oh, Rhyme Scheme ran away. It's all good. It's all good. Rhyme Scheme ran off. It's all good. Okay. On trip, we're gonna make it happen tonight, man. The radio show's on and cracking. We have an Industry Connect preview show that we doing, particularly on IG Live tonight, man. We're gonna make it happen in a few moments. We're gonna be joined by a panelist, Charlene Harris. Charlene Harris will be joining us momentarily, and we'll be talking to her about Industry Connects, and she is going to be on one of the panels there, so we're going to be talking to her about that and much more coming up in just moments from now here on the Industry Connects pop-up show as we talk about Industry Connects. Oh, I can't hear myself. Still no audio again? It's no audio again? Oh, I thought is no audio? Oh, it should be all right now. Okay. I'm not getting my headphones is what I'm not doing. I'm not hearing anything till now. Okay. So I got to play these games tonight with these headphones. I got to get a new cord apparently. All right, it's all good. Yeah, so we're going to be doing a little preview about Industry Connects. That's what we're talking about tonight. And that event is happening again next Saturday at Compton College. So we're just going to be talking about that tonight. So while we're here for a little bit, I'm going to be going over some of the panels and the panelists and who's going to be on that. In fact, we're going to be joined by one of the panelists coming up momentarily. So be on the lookout for that. Her name is Charlene Charlene Harris. Charlene Harris will be joining us momentarily to talk about her participation on Industry Connects. Also, we got some industry stuff we will be talking about as well. We're just going to put some stuff out there, see if anybody is willing to talk about some different things in relating to the industry. So it's all to the good, man. It's going to be all good tonight. Again, we're going to be joined momentarily. Hope I can get MD on to chop it up with us and as well. And if you want to get in there and talk to us, you can get at us a Keyword DA Radio Show on all social media platforms. And we would love to talk to you about the industry and, just different things, particularly about Industry Connects. Again, that's what we're talking about tonight. So we just making it happen on that end about the event, again, happening at Compton College in Compton, California. You happen to be in the Los Angeles area, make sure you attend that event. Come on out and learn about the music industry. It is a free event. Again, it is a free event. So you don't have to pay anything. So all you got to do is just show up. All right. Again, just show up and bring your questions about the music industry and bring whatever you want to know about the music industry. If you ever had something that you wanted to learn about, and we're not going to be just only talking about how to be an artist, but we're also going to be touching about other aspects of the music industry and different positions that you may or may not even know that's out there. So we're going to be talking about that at Industry Connects also. So you will be able to learn that and much more. So again, Saturday, September the 9th, Compton College. Again, all you got to do is click on the link in the bio here on Instagram and register for that event. And as I stated earlier, we're going to be joined by one of the panels. In fact, joining us now is someone, she has a music program of her own. She also was an instructor. She also has a radio show, and she also has, among other things as well. Joining us now, we got Charlene Harris right here. Charlene, how you doing tonight?
Sharon.
Oh, Sharon. Oh, Sharon. I apologize. I apologize. I did everything good except for your name. I apologize.
All good.
Yeah.
So good to see you, Dundee. Thank you very much for having me. I'm excited.
Oh, good.
To work with you on the upcoming conference. A lot of great information. I know you're going to have a lot of great guests.
Yes, indeed, including yourself. So,
yes, thank you.
Yeah. So tell us about you.
Okay, so I started off as a musician. I was, we've been kind of working with indie artists, and I started off just as a lot of indie artists did. I wanted to figure out the music industry. There was no blueprint. There was no internet when I started. Everything was just very difficult in terms of just trying to find out what was what. But I found my way and had the opportunity to play as keyboardist with a bunch of people, with Al B. Shore, with, Jonathan Butler, with Doc Powell. Most notably, I was the only female keyboardist to tour with Barry White.
Wow.
And toured with him for about 7 years from 95 to the end of his career. I got to work with the Cranberries as well in Ireland. I got to work with MC Hammer. Wow. So it was really great to have those experiences. And then, I wanted to stay at home. I became a mom. That was another thing. So I moved into music education, training young musicians to really be the best in musicianship, theory. I was helping them get scholarships to attend my alma mater, Berklee College of Music. So I was in that space for probably close to 20 years. And I was the first national partner of the Berkeley City Music Network, which has 42 sites around, between the U.S. and I think there's something in Puerto Rico and some of the islands in the Caribbean as well. So worked in that arena for a long time. Then I transitioned into management. So I've transitioned to be a part of Macy Gray's team. I work with a young artist named Cook Nasty, who's amazing. And then also Melanie Charles, who's a very prolific jazz artist. And so it's been really fulfilling. And then also working as a professor, as you mentioned, I have a radio show on Sirius XM. So it keeps me all very busy. So, but it's, just balancing everything, just being fulfilled in what I'm doing, but also being able to give back and to teach young artists some of the pitfalls that they may go into, because it's one thing to say that you want to be an artist, but to really be able to execute your career, to really launch it, to really progress with it, to be consistent with it is something totally different. To get from step A to step B. Sometimes it requires you staying where you are. Sometimes you may want to move, but there are just so many different facets to growing your career in the music. And I help musicians create their plan, create their strategy. And not only that, being able to interact with people. How do you interact with people? How do you keep your sanity sometimes? So, some of the courses that I teach are, for instance, artist management, music licensing and publishing. I also teach a course in touring, booking and touring. And I teach courses in, of course, music theory, vocal foundations and things like that, because my background is as a musician. So.
Wow. Yes, that's a lot there. Now I did take a look at your program. Now you have what exactly I'm creating right now is your music business program and a course and everything. So tell us about that course and what's in that.
Yeah, so Music Industry 360, what I realized is that most artists, most people who are just really active, they don't have time necessarily to stop and go to college and take a college course, whether it's UCLA Extension, which, I've been an instructor there as well, or going to UArts or Berkeley or anything. They don't necessarily have 15 to 18 weeks. So I just figured, what if I took all of the important parts and distilled it and just made something that was applicable, created something that was applicable. So it's important to also understand how to teach to artists so that they're getting the results, so that they feel that they're getting exactly what they need and tap in. So that's what I started doing. I just started working on, okay, got to make this happen. And and it's been really great. I love helping young musicians or young artists understand the different facets, because there are a lot of parts and it could be very confusing. And sometimes we don't know where to start. And also, it's, you're faced with being a creative as well. It's left brain, right brain. So how do you organize everything? So that's kind of my superpower, teaching artists on what to do to launch their careers.
Now, how do you go about teaching them? Because our foundation is called the Edutainment Foundation, and I thought of the Edutainment Foundation because I know we in the Instagram, TikTok world here, where our attention spans are very short. So I figured that I would come at them as far as educating these artists in a entertaining way to keep their attention. So, how do you go about doing that?
I'm not worried about doing it in an entertaining way. Right. What I want to do is give them real advice for the real world. And if they're serious about it, they're going to apply it. To me, it's simple as that, because I don't play around with what I do. I'm not going to, I'm just not, I can't cater to somebody, they have to learn a certain way. Some people are going to learn in different ways. That's, some people may be visual learners. Some people may be, they learn by hearing, audible learners. So I do pay attention to the learning styles, but I'm giving them real advice. And I'm going to say, this is what it's just really cut and dry, because I feel time is very valuable. I don't want to see people go in circles. So it's like, these are the steps. Let's tease out the steps. But in order to do that, there's a lot that you have to consider. So and Music Industry 360 is like looking at the 360, not only of the business, but who we are as people, how we fit in, where our audience is. There are, like I said, a lot of moving parts. So and it's the music business, it's the music business as well. So I'm very adamant and very, committed to making sure that they understand the business part of it as well. Right.
And speaking of,
yeah,
go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say that the other part of it is making sure that they are just very clear on who they are, as well, and their talents as well. And, sometimes we find people who really want to be in the entertainment industry. They want to perform, but they may not be ready. So understanding, am I really ready for this? Sometimes I have had to have a come to Jesus moment with artists at some points, and that's very, very real. But it's like, if you want to do this, there are things that you need to develop, and you have to be willing to invest in yourself.
Have you ever had that come to Jesus moment with one of the artists
Oh,
saying that this is not for you? Maybe you need to perhaps pursue another aspect of it.
oh, absolutely. I've even had that with myself, where I said, I don't know if this is really what I want to do or really what I'm meant to do. But it is knowing what you do well. If there's something else that you want to do, being willing to invest so that way you can develop, exactly what you want. But I have had that with different artists where I've had to say, let's maybe, if you really love music that much, these are the routes. It could take you this long to do X, Y, and Z. These are the steps that you need to take, or you can go into another area.
Right.
And that's just very, very real.
Yeah, because that's one of the things we're introducing, making sure artists know that they don't just have to be artists to and be performers to be in the industry. There are other aspects of it that could be make more money if done correctly than being an entertainer.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, artists, and we also have to take into consideration understanding how artists make money. So somebody may say, I really want to be an artist, but I want to get into, why do you want to be an artist?
Right.
That's the other thing. Why do you really want to be? And do you really? Is it important for you to get up on stage? Is it important to you to make a living from what you're doing? So let's kind of examine what you're doing, what works, and what isn't working, and what you should be doing if this is the career that you want. Because I take being an artist really seriously. My undergrad is in music. I have an MBA as well. So I take education very, very seriously, right? Learning music is a science. Someone told me a long time ago, don't play at it. If you're going to do something as an artist, as a musician, don't play at it. Really know it 100%. Know what you know it really, really well. Whatever you don't know, you need to figure that out, right? So I think of everything as a science.
Definitely, man. Sharon Harris is joining us right now. Yes. If you guys want to get in here and talk to her, hit that convo button. We'd love to talk to you. Maybe have you say a few words to her. Maybe get a question or so answered from her. She's here right now. We're talking about the music industry, and we're talking about Industry Connects, which is happening again at Compton College. Happening Saturday, September the 9th. Sharon will be one of the panelists at that event, so you can see her live and in color. September the 9th at Compton College. All you gotta do is hit the link in the bio. You can register for that event right now, and come on down. We would love to have you there. All right.
I do see a question. I'm a videographer and trying to get booked by majors, but having a hard time, even though my catalog is standards. Any tips? So I see a couple of I think that's the only comment. Okay, so as a videographer, I mean, everything that we do is about relationships. So keep that in mind. Everything that we do is about relationships. And sometimes it takes a moment to nurture the relationships. You can't just meet somebody on the street and go, hey, this is what I do, take a look at it. It's nurturing, just really trying to understand who they are and how to connect with people. And we tend not to do that very often, right? So it's really important that a relationship is nurtured so people get to know you in a different light, and you can honestly and authentically be engaged with that person as a friend, as whatever else, just get to know that person, right? But I'm not one to just bum rush people, so I've got great relationships with a lot of people in the music industry and the entertainment industry in general, because I come in, I'm just a good person. I approach them really well. And it's not like me going up and asking them for anything. But when I'm ready to pitch, it's really understanding what that pitch is and being very pointed and just being very focused in my pitch. And if I'm not getting what I want from that person, also asking them, if you can't fulfill this for me, who do you know that I can talk to? Because you have to get in somehow. So another way that you can get in is just maybe connecting with an artist, an up and coming artist, and maybe if your work is what you need, it is really great, they're going to refer you. You're going to build your catalog. But you have to also get to the point where everything's not a freebie, right? Because one thing that I will always say in my classes is, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, right? So at some point, you got to get away from the freebie aspect also and put a price tag on what you are, on your services. That's just plain, that's economics. So, but you have to get in there, build those relationships, make yourself visible, know who the decision makers are, know who the gatekeepers are. And you just have to keep doing it. We kind of live in a time of instant gratification, right? So it's not about instant gratification. These are real relationships that have to be nurtured. You have to build your business. You have to have all of your assets in place as well. So.
Now, piggybacking on what you were just mentioning there. Now, first of all, well, it's actually three things I want to bring up off just what you were talking about. So the first one is doing stuff for free. How long do you go for doing stuff for free until you're ready to perhaps to get paid? And how do you know when you're ready to start getting paid for what you do and what you're worth?
Well, I mean, you just have to gauge, you just have to gauge. Sometimes it's like you may not get paid a whole lot in the beginning, but if you're an artist, it goes off of ticket history a lot of times. So if you're doing a show, you have to go over ticket history. So if I have an artist, like for instance, I have artists that I work with and we're building up their ticket history. So, there's hard tickets, there's soft tickets. So that's something when somebody is getting booked. But, you just kind of pick and choose. And it depends on how much effort and your cost and your budget. So if I have to pay musicians, if somebody asks me to perform and they're like, I need you to perform this, I need 4 pieces, I have to put together a budget. So those are real hard costs that, and I'm not going to handle those costs. Right. That cost should come from the buyer. So I feel that you should always put value on what you're doing.
Now,
I feel.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I was going to say you just should always put value on what you're doing.
Now, as far as you mentioned just now, soft tickets and hard tickets, and that you're building up your artist tickets. Now, there's a lot of artists out there. They have all these followers on here, like Instagram and other platforms like that. You tell them you put something out. You tell them to pack a venue. They can't. They put something on Instagram. The venue does not get full. So, how are you building up your artist tickets as far as soft tickets and hard tickets and getting them ready to even tour? How are you doing that? How are you marketing them?
That's something where, again, you have to create your audience. You have to nurture your audience. So when you have followers on Instagram, people don't realize this. So they are not really your followers unless you have their email addresses, unless you have direct contact with them. They are the intellectual property of social media, right? So you have to get them to convert. So if you're going to get them to convert, that's putting out ads. You have to put out ads. You have to let people know what you're doing. You have to, reach people, call people, say, hey, I'm doing a show. I'd love to see you there. It's work when you're just trying to get out there. You have to get in with somebody that has an audience that's similar to yours, so you can start building your audience, and your reputation is going to grow. It's just like if you have a donut and you're like, man, this is a really good donut. You're going to go tell your friends about that donut. It's the same thing with being an artist, right? If you're really delivering, the word is going to get out that you're delivering, right? But you have to also nurture your audience, and you have got to get them to convert to find you, because you might have a lot of followers, but what if those followers are in a different country? So that's where you have to get into analytics. I mean, like I said, there are a lot of moving parts, especially for me coming from the standpoint of management. What I'm looking at when I'm working with a booking agent, for instance, and they're looking at an artist and we're trying to figure out, can we book them? Can we do a run with them? Can we do a tour with them? Who do we need to pair them with? Can we get them to open for somebody? But there are plenty of places for you to play probably in your own city, whether it's in a park, whether it's a school, whatever. But you have to build your audience. And you have to create an experience, right? So I want to, if I see somebody on stage, I want to see somebody on stage I'm connecting with. I want to have an experience with that person. Right? I'm here right now. I don't know if you can see me. I'm actually at the museum at LACMA, because there's some really great jazz artists playing here. Okay. And I really love what they're doing. So, for me, there's a connection. There's an experience. I want to hear it. So they're giving me an experience, and it's crowded here.
So, you're going to be working with those artists, right? I would assume, right?
Well, I'm some of the artists that are playing today I have worked with in the past. You know, and some of them I just know and I support. You know, I just want to. It's important for me to support as well. Let me see, Sharon. Would you work with an artist who has management already? So in understanding how management works, I see a question here. I'm trying to, and if I don't answer, you can always just send me a DM.
Oh, absolutely.
And I can answer more specifically. But here's the thing: when I'm working with artists, management works with artists often. If it's a new artist, for instance, it could take 3 to 5 years for that artist to have any traction. So for a brand new artist. So you have to be willing to start with that artist, and you have to be able to see a path for that artist to grow. So when I look at an artist, I want to look at what are they capable of doing. For me personally, I prefer artists that are just not, vocalists. I like an artist that's also a writer, that can do other things. I like artists who are musicians because I'm a musician as well. And, so I want to look at the longevity of an artist. I want to see, what can that artist fall into?
Right, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
So, that to me is really important. Now, there are a lot of managers who may say, this artist is really dope. They're singers. I see a whole thing with them. And that's really great. Every manager is going to be very, very different. And every manager is not going to be for every artist. Right. So, like I said, there has to be something there for me where I go, okay, I see a road. I see what I can do with this artist.
Now, do you work with artists that have only established management, or are you willing to work with like what Jazzy referred to them as momagers, who are like the mama managing the artist, or somebody like that? What do you prefer to work with?
I prefer to work with. I prefer to have a partner, a management partner in most cases, because management is a lot of work. So it just kind of depends, or I can get to a point where that's happening. I can deal with a momager, in most cases, because a momager is almost like a personal manager. They're going to help get the artist from point A to point B. So it is just very helpful sometimes to have that person. So that's not a problem at all. But, again, it's just making sure that there's something tangible there where I feel, because, again, management for me is a lot of time, it's a lot of resources. And any manager has got to be able to have a Rolodex to say, I can plug this person and I can plug this artist into X, Y, and Z. That's really, really important. There is somebody asked me about managing them, and I was like, but that's not my world. I'm not in the same world as you, so it wouldn't make sense for me to manage you, and I have to be very honest about that. I don't want to waste anybody's time. I don't want to give them any idea that I'm going to do something for them if it's not my world.
Right, exactly. We don't want to do anything if we're not specialized in that. We can always refer you to someone else who can handle that.
Exactly. It doesn't make sense for me to, it's a waste of resources for me and for the person. And I'm always happy sometimes if I'm like, look, I'm not trying to manage you, but I find that this is a good opportunity. I'm always happy to pass on a good opportunity to somebody because that's what I think that you should do, just as a person on GP. If I hear something that's happening, an opportunity for somebody, and I go, oh my gosh, this is a really great person for this, I'm all for it.
Definitely. Sharon Harris is right here joining us right inside as we are in our Industry Connect show as we're recapping. We're finishing up an interview with Sharon Harris, and she'll be on one of the panelists at Industry Connect. So if you want to come by, make sure you click the link above and register for that. And she left. Okay, it's all good. Make sure you click the link above if you want to register for Industry Connect. Again, it is happening at Compton College. If you want to go ahead and be a part of that, click that link above, come through, get your questions answered. Sharon will be in the building at that event coming up September the 9th at Compton College. I see we just lost her. Let me see if we can get her back to wrap up the interview coming up in a few moments here. We're going to have also a recap of this interview, so we'll let you come in here, tell me what you thought about the interview. Also, Tell us where you from and tell us about your music and what you got going on. Let me see if I can get you back up here. I'm gonna see if I can bring you back right now. Where are you? Okay, I'm gonna invite you back up here to speak. He's trying to answer the question. Yes, I'll let you answer that question right now.
There I am. Sorry,
no
I was
worries.
looking at the questions. I was trying to scroll through the questions and it kicked me off. Somebody asked a question about BMI and ASCAP, and absolutely, anytime that you're a writer, you have to be signed to BMI, you have to be signed to ASCAP. There's also the MLC, the Mechanical License Collective, and if you're streaming, Sound Exchange as well. So those are, you're either ASCAP or BMI writer and publisher. So, it's really, really important that you sign up and you understand. So those are some of the things when I'm teaching my course that I go over, because, you have to have those elements in place, as an artist.
Right. Shout out to Sean Bowden. What's up, Sean? Oh, it's all good, man. Hey,
Sean.
Yeah. So you teaching the course now with the course, you mentioned earlier about pitfalls that artists have, whether it's a 360 deal or falling in the stream, being that they're not making as much money as humanly possible as we thought. You don't make any money off the streams at all. Give me 3 pitfalls that an independent artist should try to avoid when it's in the industry?
One pitfall is not making sure that your name is on a copyright if you wrote something. Another pitfall is your split sheets. Another pitfall is agreements. Don't agree to something if you don't have somebody look over it, whether it is a manager, but you have somebody who's qualified. Don't have somebody who's just to say that they're a manager, right? You have to have somebody who's qualified. So when you're looking for someone in management, what else have they managed? What else have they done? What is their track record? Don't be so willing to just say that you have a manager if your manager is not a real manager or is not even a student who's trying to study management, right? You got to have real people working with you if you're serious about what you're doing. Another pitfall is their music isn't ready. It doesn't sound professional. Sometimes it's not a good mix. So it's understanding what a good mix is. Some artists are not willing to invest what they should really invest in terms of their art and in terms of their self-development. There's no development department now in a record label, right? So if you're going to be on point, you really have to be on point. I see a lot of vocalists that are not strong in terms of their presentation. Somebody told them they could sing a little bit, but they really don't develop their voice. So that's another thing that I think is really important in terms of your musicianship. If you're a singer, you should play an instrument. You should really know music. You shouldn't just think it's not just cute to get up on stage and sing and then you lose your voice because you don't know what you're doing, right? Because you haven't studied voice. You have to study, and studying doesn't take a long time, but it does take focus.
Right.
So, yeah. So, I'm just very... I'm just very serious about my approach and the people that I work with. And I want to make sure that, I have a standard, so that's what I aim for. I even aim for things myself in terms of what do I need to know? Do I need to know something new? Is there something new coming up in management or technology? Now we're dealing with smart contracts. There are other things to consider that I have to be on top of in terms of my game. So the MLC, for instance, it's new comparatively to other collection agencies, but it's important. So, I had to learn about, just different ways that money is being collected now.
Right, exactly.
We have, there's a lot, how are careers, how are people monetizing themselves as artists? So there's a lot to consider.
Well, give us some of the ways that they are monetizing themselves.
Some people I know, sometimes it is their music, sometimes it's merch. I know some people who are able to fund their art based off of, they have another career. I know there's one really great musician. He's a software engineer. He's a really great guitar player. Keith Sweat worked on Wall Street when he was building out his career. So, and he actually took a leave of absence. He didn't just say, I have a successful career. So, there are ways that you should consider to monetize your career as you're making money and and know that it's going to take a while. It's not overnight. So, some people sell merch, but streams don't really give musicians a lot of money.
Exactly.
So that's another thing to consider. It's very, very hard. It's very difficult to make a complete living doing your art. That's why a lot of musicians tour, So are you ready to tour? Because touring also has expenses.
Exactly.
You have to have a tour bus.
Yeah, tour bus.
But it's all about building. If this is really what you want to do, you're going to have a strategy. You're going to get the right people in place. You're going to be prepared, and you're going to build out your career. So that's what I help, artists do.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to keep you much longer because I see you at the show. I'm going to ask you one more. I'm going to let you go on this one right here. So tell me about your radio show.
Oh, my radio show. Thank you. It is called The Sharon Harris Experience. It is on Studio 54 Radio on Sirius XM. So it's actually pre-recorded. I talk to a lot of artists about dance music. So, for instance, I may have I had Martha Wash on. I had Downtown Julie Brown from MTV on.
I remember her.
Yeah, she was awesome. Wally Badarou. I've had Melba Moore on, who just received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So, some really fantastic people, a lot of people that were very significant in the dance world. I also have different engineers on. Recording engineers that have recorded some of the greatest records in dance music, hip hop, and pop R&B, and from Steve Lacy to Outkast to TLC to Run DMC and Naughty by Nature, Al B. Shore, Teddy Riley. So I love talking to some of these people, and I'm hearing their stories, learning about their journey in music, and what makes a good record. Also, what makes a record so strong that it's going to put you on the dance floor and make you stay there.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
yeah, a lot of those that music is coming back because the music today is not as good. So a lot of that music is coming back.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. When you were listening to disco, there were strings.
Yeah,
there were strings. There were amazing strings. Yeah.
No, I get it. Well, you know what? I'm not going to keep you. I know you at the event there, so I'm going to let you go ahead and enjoy your evening. But I thank you for stopping by and
You're
and
welcome.
spending a little
Thank
time
you for
with
having
us.
me.
And I would definitely look forward to seeing you next Saturday at Industry Connects.
Yes, September 9th, right?
Yes, September 9th.
Oh my gosh, that's next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, next Saturday.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, next Saturday.
Dundee, thank you so much for having me. And if anybody, they can always hit me up. Just slide into my DMs, ask me questions, and hopefully we'll see everybody at the event as well.
Definitely. Make sure you follow Sharon as well, and slide in the DMs if you got any questions, and just follow us too since you're there.
That's right. And then this interview will be this will live on your profile as well, so people can see it.
Yes, it's going to be on our profile. Not only that, but you've been on 1, 2, 3 other platforms right now too. So I'm gonna send you the YouTube link also of this interview, which is going
That'll
on right
be
now.
Great because I'd love to share it.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
All
right.
All right.
Thanks.
Take
I'll
care.
See you next Saturday.
All right. Have a good evening.
Thank you. See everybody. Bye.
Bye. Sharon Harris right there. If you want to go ahead and register for the event, again, click the link in the bio. Again, Industry Connects is happening at Compton College, September the 9th. So that's next Saturday from 11 to 3 p.m. So if you want to come through and learn about the industry, Sharon will be there in addition to other people as well. We got other panels. We have 4 panels that day, not one, as LeBron James say, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 panels happening at Industry Connects that day. And we're going to be, I'm going to name all those panels and who will be panelists on those panels as well. But we just wrapped that interview up with Sharon. So if you want to go ahead and react to us, give us your thoughts. What do you think? What did you think about what Sharon was saying? Was she dropping a lot of gems? Signs, media says gems. Okay, very good. So yeah, she was dropping a lot of gems for sure. So recap. Let's talk about some of those gems that were dropped. What did you learn just now from Sharon? All right. Hit us up, Keyword DA Radio Show on all social media platforms. Let us know what's up. And we will go from there with you. So we're going to have some fun. We're going to play a little music as well. All right, as we get ready to wrap this puppy up in about 30 minutes or so. Again, this is a special time, Industry Connects. We're going to be doing a couple of more of these leading up to Industry Connects coming next week. Just got on here to say hello to you all and let you know about Industry Connects. Again, our music seminar happening at Compton College. It is happening on September the 9th, next Saturday from September the 9th from 11 to 3 p.m. Again, it's a music seminar. We're going to have artist performances, and we are going to have some dignitaries and some people that are in the industry there to spit some game to you and give you more information about the music industry. So if you want to come through, get that game, come through. It is a free event, so it's a good look. Caesar 414 says, I'm originally from Milwaukee, but currently based in LA. Okay. I'm an artist, producer, so I appreciate the knowledge she's dropping. Okay, for sure. Well, Caesar, we need you at Industry Connects since you in LA. It's at Compton College. Compton College. That is Saturday, September the 9th. All you got to do is register. Click the link in the bio. It'll take you where you can register for Industry Connects. All right, so we need you there since you in LA. All right, and it's free, so come through, Caesar. It is free, so come through. Compton College. What part of LA are you in, Caesar? What part of LA? What part of LA you in? Let me know what part of LA you stay, man. And I can tell you how far and how long it'll take you to get there. I bet you I'm literally ways, so I can tell you how long you're in. Oh, in Boyle Heights. Okay, all you got to do is just take the 110 all the way down. You in Boyle Heights. 110 to you can take the 110 to the 91 east, get off on Santa Fe, make the left, to the immediate right. Compton College is right there. Park in the parking lot, lot A, right there. And you will get out your car and you will walk approximately about 100 yards. That'll be 100 yards north from the A parking lot straight to the little theater, and that's where Industry Connects is. So see, I can tell you exactly how to get there. Anybody in LA, let me know. I am your ways right here. I'm walking ways. So I'll tell you how to get to Compton College. So I'll tell you what's up. So if you're not knowing how to get there. And I used to be really thorough with that. I used to be able to tell you what bus to take to get there. Uh-oh, that's game. Uh-oh. I used to be really thorough on that, telling you what buses you would take to get there, how long it would take you to get there, what routes to take. Oh, I was really thorough back in the days. 22 MTA RTD buses in one day. That's the record that I got. That's a little personal record here or there, how many buses I rode in one day. But it's all good, man. But we are going to tell you about Industry Connects. That's why we're here. So let me go ahead and give you a rundown of the panel who's going to be at Industry Connects. Where are we looking here? Let me go pull this up. And I would tell you that it is going to be performances. Performances by artists. Big Fever, he'll be there to perform. We also will have Sophia Mojo there performing as well. We will also have independent artists. I'm missing somebody. Oh, X, the group X will be there also. They'll be performing also. And we're going to see if I can sneak all those songs on tonight. But X will be performing also. And we're missing one more person, Adios. He'll be performing the single Adios. He'll be in the building also performing as well. And if you're wondering, well, how come they're performing and we can't perform? Well, it's real simple. Those records have gone through the radio show. There's steps to this, and that process, those records have gone through the whole process as far as going through the head nodder session, going through Play of the Sled, to be on rotation. Those artists have been interviewed before, so they've gone through our whole process. So they're not just up there. And those records are also on our chart right now too. So if you want to go to theradioshow.com, click on the chart. Well, go down to the bottom and hit the chart. You can see the radio show top 10 right now, and all these records are that people that are performing are on there. So that's why they're up there. And that's why they're performing. So let me go ahead and I'm going to play a few records in a little bit. I'm going to play some of the artists that are performing. But I am going to go ahead and go through the panels real quick. And this is panel number 1. The panel number 1, it is the music business and marketing panel. the music business and marketing panel. Okay. Now, that panel is information and an overview of the music industry and how it works. Our panels will share some of the tools and tricks on how an independent artist can make it in the music industry today. So we have the moderator for that panel. That is Harvey Estrada. He is the professor of music and professor in the music department at Compton College. All right. So he is the moderator for that panel. And that is panel number 1. The panelists who will be a part of that panel. We have Calvin Anderson, owner of VIP Records. All right. Well famous record store in they're out of Long Beach, out of the Long Beach area, but store I don't think is there anymore, but he's well known. I think it's VIPrecords.com right now, but he's well known in the industry, many years in the game. Greg Johnson, he is the digital broadcast executive. He has his own radio podcast company. Troy Marshall, founder of Fire Marshall Entertainment. Troy Marshall is a big time, well known, well respected vet in the music industry. He is radio promotion. He does radio promotions. He gets those songs on the radio, and he's the man in this game. He's been doing it for many years. A lot of songs you've heard on the radio have come by way of Troy Marshall. So he'll be there. Johnny T. He is the founder of Fast Life Media, and he's also an A&R at Sony and at Universal. All right. And Johnny T, he's worked at the labels for a while as far as doing A&R work, and he's more on the digital side, but he will be there to give you that game and help you as far as independent artists that are here today learn about the music industry. So those are the 5 panelists who will be on panel number 1. That is the music business and marketing panel. All right. So they'll be there to answer your questions. So you need to come through, get those questions answered, and learn from people that are doing it in the music industry today. So if you're a novice and you kind of have no idea what direction you're going, you have no idea about the music industry and what you're doing and how to break in, come through. Industry Connects, September the 9th, Compton College. All right. Now, panel number 2. That is the Women in Entertainment panel, okay? The Women in Entertainment panel. This is a panel featuring all women on stage, and they're there to tell you about the music industry, and what you will learn from them is very valuable information. And let me get that flyer so I will tell you exactly who will be on stage on this panel. Now, on this panel, all women, Britta Levinex, the Human Chandelier from the radio show, and also 100.9 The Heat. She will be the moderator for that. We also have Eva Patterson, who will be one of the panelists. Eva Patterson, she is the the director for the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce and founder of Raw 360. Silky D, she is the first female hip-hop DJ on the West Coast, and well-known, very respected in the hip-hop game as well. And the other people who we have involved, which I am trying to pull up right now. I'll go back to my flyer. Where's my flyer at? Uh-oh, where's my flyer? I'll go to that story. Here we are. We have... go back. I can't see those names. Hold up. Hold up here. Let's see if it auto-saved. I'm going to come off that because I got to see it real quick here. Let me look up the names real quick. I don't want to deceive you all. But we have Sonia Wright, CEO of Wright Entertainment. Sonia Wright, CEO of Wright Entertainment. Sylvia Hernandez, CEO of Flip Media, Fame Cast. And we also have Felicia Dillon, CEO of Creative Talent Agency. So congratulations to all of the women who will be part of the Women and Entertainment panel, which will be at Industry Connects September the 9th. So make sure you come through and be a part of that. All right. So moving on to the third panel at Industry Connects. Again, if you want to be a part of it, make sure you go ahead and click the link in the bio and register for that event right now. The third panel we're going to have at Industry Connects is the Management and Legal panel. All right. That panel you will learn that is more than just music. The industry panel will provide you with many aspects of the music business and providing a broad overview in what it would take to make it in the music industry. All right. The moderator for that panel is Jay Adams. He's the founder of West Coast Heavies Promotion. So Jay Adams will be the moderator. The panelists, well, our guest tonight will be in this panel. Sharon Harris. Sharon Harris, as you just heard, she is an instructor as well as a musician. She also has a music program, and also she is someone who is very, very enthusiastic in helping young people make it in the music industry and very passionate about that and learning about the business aspect of it as well. Ben McLean, he's an entertainment attorney at McLean and Wong. He will be also on the panel, also on this third panel of Management and Legal. Randy Hankins, he is the artist manager and CEO. He's an artist manager and the CEO and founder of the School Tour. And last but not least, we have Jazzy D. He is the manager of the East Siders, the group the East Siders, and also founder of Jazzy Management. So well-rounded panel right there of individuals, wealth of experience, wealth of knowledge in the music industry. So you want to make sure you go ahead and sign up so you can hear them on stage also. Congratulations to all of these individuals, and we look forward to seeing them at Industry Connect, spreading that game to you. All right. And ending the evening with our last panel of the night, it is the music production and music video production portion of it. This panel, you will discuss music production, how to produce a song, songwriting, mixing, mastering, and other aspects of a hit song. In this panel, we're also going to be playing some songs, and you will determine if they are mixed and mastered correctly or not. And if so, or if so, what's wrong with the record? You're going to get to tell us. All right. So we're going to refer to you, the audience, to let us know what's wrong with this record. All right. On that panel, the moderator for that panel will be MD. He is the co-host of the radio show. He will be the moderator of that panel. And on that panel, for that one, we have the founder and owner of Signature Entertainment. We got Sterling G. And also we're going to have Harvey Estrada. He is the professor of music at Compton College. So he'll be on that panel. We're going to be critiquing some songs in that one. It's kind of what we do during the Head Nodder session, but we're going to do a light version of that session there at Industry Connects. And that'll be our last panel rounding off the day. So again, a lot of information, a lot of good people will be there. Make sure you do your part and get at us at Industry Connects. We want to see you there. Again, register, click on the link at the top. Go ahead and it'll take you to where you can register for Industry Connects. It is a free event. So come on out, Compton College, September the 9th from 11 to 3 p.m. Okay, so don't be coming late because we're going to probably be gone by the time you get there. This is not a late event. It's an early event. So make sure you come through and be a part of that. All right. I may jump on a little later to just go over this a little again. But again, I want to take a moment to thank Sharon Harris for jumping on and coming through and talking about what's going on in her world. Again, Industry Connects, September the 9th, Compton College. Make sure you come register right now. Free event. We would love to see you there. All right. We're going to break for dinner right now. When we come back, maybe we will play some songs so a little later tonight. We'll be back in a little bit, y'all. Again, thank you for stopping through. Pass the link. Well, I'm about to cut this live off, but I'm going to get on again. So make sure you're there when we come back a little later on tonight, man. We're going to make it happen for you. Again, it is all brought to you by Compton College and also the Edutainment Foundation. And it is all powered by the radio show. We'll see you September 9th at Industry Connects. See you in a minute, y'all.